Hey, Derek, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Doing well. I want to make sure you can hear me. Okay, so you gave Miami fans a Christmas present a day later. Still counts a little bit as Christmas. So can you talk a little bit about what went into the decision, when you really knew for sure? Just sort of break it down for everybody.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was a tough decision for me. But playing here at the U it's unbelievable. Being a starting quarterback here, it means something. It's always been a dream of mine to play in NFL, but that's going to be there. If I do what I want to do next year and have a pretty good season and the team does well, I think it was a good opportunity. Just having Coach Diaz, Coach Lashley here, playing in the same system for 2 years in a row. I've never done that in my college career. I always had different coaches the next year, different OCs. So I think just playing the same system, being familiar with what we do and how we want to do things here, I just couldn't pass it up. I don't think it's any other university to play football at than University of Miami.
Derek, we're going to go to Tim Reynolds from the Associated Press. Tim, go ahead.
Hey, Derek. Congratulations on making the decision.
Thank you.
I know there's a bowl game Tuesday. I know that's always the focus. The next game is always the focus for the football team.
Yeah.
But when you look at what you guys could have coming back and the recruiting class that, was signed a few days ago, how good do you think this team can be next year?
Yeah, I think the sky's the limit. I think we can be really, really good next year. It's a lot of things we have to improve on, a lot of little things we have to get better at, a lot of big things we got to get better at. I think we all come back next year with the right mindset, just putting the work in every single day. I know for me, my goal is to get 1% better a day. If they're eating right, going to sleep at night, training good, running well, doing extra film, all the things everybody has to do in a team to continue to take the next step forward. I think this program is going in the right direction. I think this year was a good year. We have to, like I said, we got lots to improve on, but I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm looking forward to being here again with the guys and seeing how far we can go.
And to follow up quick, you've made your decision. Other guys have made the decisions to go. You have some guys who have decisions still to make. How much are you going to become, recruiter in charge, I guess, right now, and try to maybe steer some of those guys one way or another?
Yeah, I don't think it's. Obviously, I want guys to stay, but I think everybody's in different positions in their careers, and I think whatever's best for those guys. I'm not one of those guys that's going to, try to get somebody back and it's better for them to go to the league, or try to, I want those guys to do what's best for them. I feel like I did what's best for me. At the end of the day, everybody got to make their own decisions, them and their family. So I'll support 100% either way. I support Quincy, JP, whoever else is going to leave or come back. I support it 100%. I'm all for the guys.
Thanks, Derek.
Derek, we're going to go to Manny Navarro at The Athletic. Manny, go ahead.
Hey, Merry Christmas, Derek.
Merry Christmas.
Curious how much you had conversations with Mike and Brevin before you made your decision, about what you guys might do collectively as a group. You play catch with those guys all the time in practice. I'm sure you develop friendships. How much was your decision maybe based off of what they were thinking, and was it at all a group decision in any way?
I definitely had conversations with a lot of people. But like I said, I think everybody's in different points in their career. I know some guys is probably, they have a really good chance of making the NFL this next year. I know other guys are thinking about coming back, but like I said, it's up to those guys. I'm not one of those guys to, try to persuade you to come back if it's best for you to leave, like I said. But we definitely had a lot of conversations over the last month and a half about what we could do and how we could be so much better than we were this year. But we'll see what happens.
And then I guess as a follow-up, what do you think you still need to prove? You had one of the greatest seasons by any Miami quarterback ever. Where do you still see elements of your game that could get better?
Man, it's so many things I can do better at. I think I had a decent year. It wasn't to my standard, I put a lot of pressure on myself to perform well every single game. And I got lots to work on. That's part of the reason I want to come back and just have a real off season, spend more time with Coach Lashley and receivers and Coach Likens and Coach Fields and everybody like that, just so I can improve. I think I definitely get better. Obviously accuracy. That's every quarterback can get better at that. Deep balls, a lot of things, man. I just want to just do it every day and see how good I can be next year.
Derek, we have Chris Stock from InsideTheU. Chris, go ahead.
Yeah, Derek, I'm curious about maybe this year. You touched on the season you've had, but just the year you've had. What can you sum up what this has been like for you? personally, and then also, you touched on some things that you want to work on. The connection with the receivers, that they're obviously looking to have guys back a lot, sign more guys. Maybe your goals for your connection with the receivers even more in the next year.
Yeah, I think this year was, it was a roller coaster. I started off in at the portal. Me and my family decided to come to Miami, super, super high. 3.5 weeks later, my dad passed away, so I was super, super low. Started spring practice, kind of got back in the flow of things with football. Then COVID hit, so everybody was super low. We had to go home for 3 months. Didn't know what was going to happen. Didn't know we was going to have a season. Got back here in the summer, working out small groups, just doing the best we can, try to stay in shape, try to get connection. Because at that time, I was still trying to connect with my teammates and be the leader that I thought I could be coming in the program. And then we had a season. I think it was a good season. It was a good start, a good stepping stone to what we want to do next year. But it's been a lot of ups and downs. But at the end of the day, I'm grateful. I'm grateful for the situation that I'm in. I'm grateful to be here. I learned this year in 2020, you can't take anything for granted. I talked to my dad the day before he passed away, and it was just like a regular conversation. But the next day he passed, so I learned not to take things for granted. Just be where my feet are and try to do every single day, man. It's so much negativity out here in the world that I want to be one of those guys that's always positive and bringing other people along and just doing the right stuff.
Derek, we got a few more for you. We're going to go to David Furones of the Sun Sentinel. David, go ahead.
Hey, Derek, want to know what you learned about Miami in your 1 year that you've been here that made it a place that you wanted to keep going and extend your college career another season?
Yeah, first and foremost, Miami's a great city. It's pretty much hot year round, good weather. You have a great fan base, a big time program. It's everything you can ask for, And me being here for this year, it really showed me how the fans are and how the city loves Miami Hurricanes. If we're doing good, everybody's super, super happy. We're doing bad. It comes with it. You got to win games here. It's a lot of pressure being a quarterback at University of Miami, but I like that. I put a lot of pressure on myself to perform. It's just a great place overall, man. Coach Diaz and Coach Diaz, they do a great job of making people feel like home. My first time being away from home in my whole life, and I felt just fine. I felt connected with the team, the guys, and it's just a great overall place. And there's no better place to spend another year of your life. It's never a bad thing to be in Miami.
Also, thank you, by the way, for getting me into your video there.
Yeah, appreciate that. Appreciate it.
Derek, we got Michael Cunio from CBS 4. Mike, go ahead.
Hey, Derek. You've been gushing about Miami and getting another opportunity to play in the same system for a second straight year. But I'm wondering, was this a slam dunk decision? How agonizing was this to put off that dream of going to the NFL?
Yeah, it was really, really, really tough. If you was to talk to me, a month and a half, 2 months ago, I'd probably tell you I was declaring, It's always been a dream. I think it's everybody's dream just playing college football to have a shot at the NFL. And I feel like I would have had a good chance to make a team this upcoming draft, this upcoming year. But I think a lot of people, I think they look in the moment. I'm looking for 30, 40 years down the road. If I play another year here, do well, just be a part of the community, I can possibly make connections that could benefit me later in my life. So like I said, I think I have a lot of stuff to work on still to take that next step to the NFL. And I'm going to do it every single day. I'm going to work hard, work on the things I need to improve on, and see where it goes. So there's no looking back. My mom told me, you go to NFL, you stay back. There's no looking back. Whatever you decide to do, just go at 100 miles per hour. Try to make the best of it.
Derek, we have Susan Miller-Degnan from the Miami Herald. Susan, go ahead.
Hey, Derek, congratulations on your decision. How relieved are you now that you've made this decision? Has it made you even more energized for this bowl game, and how do you think it has affected the rest of the players?
Yeah, I would say I'm pretty relieved just to know that I know what's next. Like I said, a month ago or a couple weeks ago, I didn't know what I was going to do, stay or declare. But yeah, I think it's a good feeling just to know what's next, just to have some familiarity, like what you're going to do within the bowl game. And I think it's a big relief for a lot of the guys on the team. So we just focus on the bowl game and just focus on getting better next year.
And the other thing is, Go
Really
ahead.
good.
Sorry. I was saying that UM hasn't finished strong to end seasons for several years. I know 2016 you guys won a bowl game, but how important do you think it is for Miami to do well, to win this bowl game in terms of the momentum toward next season, especially after last game?
Yeah, I think it's very important. I think bowl games are kind of weird. I think the team that wants to be there and wants to play and have a lot of energy, I think that's the team that most likely will win a game. So for us, it's very important. I know we have a nasty taste in our mouth from the North Carolina game. I'm trying to forget about that. I'm trying to go out there and have a good performance. We got a week and a half, 2 weeks of practice, and I think they've been really good. So we're ready to go out there and show it, man. We're ready to get a win. We hate losing. I know I hate losing more than anything, and the last game wasn't good. It wasn't us. So we're trying to go out there and prove a point.
Derek, only a couple more for you guys. Let's make sure we get them all in. We'll go to David Lake at InsideTheU. David, go ahead.
Hey, Derek, I was wondering when you told Manny Diaz, your final decision, what was his reaction? And just in general, how much of your decision, did Coach Diaz's, the impression he made on you as a head coach play in your decision to stay, if that makes sense?
Yeah, Coach Diaz was super happy. He was super excited, when I told him. But yeah, Coach Diaz is a great coach, man. I think he's what we call a players coach. He tries to do whatever's best for the players. He keeps it real with you. Me and him had many conversations about the NFL or coming back, and yeah, he didn't pressure me into coming back. He didn't pressure me. He didn't try to tell me what to do. He just gave me the information. He gave me all the information, and me and my family made a decision. But yeah, just coming back playing for him as our leader and our head coach is great. Just having that stability, and Coach Lashley's coming, Coach Lashley back calling the play. Same system 2 years in a row. I couldn't pass it up.
And I know you don't probably want to look this far ahead, but obviously, first game on the schedule next year is Alabama. How much do you enjoy those opportunities against programs, like that?
Yeah, I think that's a big game. Every game's a big game, but definitely going against Alabama, going against Nick Saban, probably one of the greatest coaches of all time in college football. It's a huge game. I think this program takes the next step. We got to start winning those games. Winning the big games, winning against ranked opponents, and doing everything right. So it's a big game for us.
Derek, 2 quick ones for you. Andrea Adelson from ESPN. Andrea, go ahead.
Derek, I'm wondering, did you hear anything from the NFL draft advisory group in terms of where you might be drafted if you were to come out, and if that played any role in your decision?
Yeah, I had a lot of conversations with different people. Our coaches do a great job of communicating throughout the NFL scouts and GMs, whatever. Yeah, I talked to a bunch of people. Most people say I would be a later round pick, 4 through 6, whatever. I really didn't know exactly because I'm such a different, hybrid kind of player, quarterback, whatever. So people have me ranked differently. But yeah, I think I wouldn't say it played a major part, but it played a role in my decision coming back. I'm trying to be in the best position possible when I take that next step. If I can come back and play well and improve my draft stock, then I'll try to do that.
Derek, last one for you is Ruthie Polinsky. Ruthie, go ahead.
Hey, Derek, congratulations. There was so much adversity for this team, really for all of college football this year with COVID and the restrictions and the cancellations. How excited are you to kind of have a season where hopefully we can put a lot of that in the past and kind of really experience this team's maybe full potential?
Yeah, I'm super excited. When I came here, I thought I was going to experience that this year. Then COVID came out of nowhere. So I'm very excited just to have a regular year, just to go, in the stadium with 70,000 fans cheering for you and going on away games when it's you against the world. That's what college football is all about. The fan bases and tradition and just playing those big games and those good environments. So I'm super excited just so, we can have a regular year. It's been a crazy 2020. I'm still grateful for everything that happened this year. I'm trying to make the best of 2021.